Welcome to the Friday free-for-all edition of the Nightly Nuge. Ted, how you doing this Friday?
I'm doing just wonderful because every day is a free-for-all for me, Keith. My guitar does not gently weep. And with the new record, Detroit Muscle, coming up and a killer concert in Panama City on April 29th, the day we're unleashing the Detroit Muscle CD, and it's on vinyl too this year. It's unbelievable. It sounds so good. So the concert in Panama City on Friday, the 29th of April, is called a Beach Bash, a big motorcycle rally. And the next night, Kid Rock is headlining. I think Panama City might be making something that could be construed as a political statement when they hire Ted Nugent and Kid Rock to headline a beach bash. So these are great days for Truth, Logic, and Common Sense, and the music and the soundtrack that goes with it. So yes, happy Free-for-All Friday, everybody.
And you know what? I do want to talk more music, but I want to start, and I think there's a tie-in here, Ted. Dale G. from Maryland. He points out that the last time we went through inflation like this was in the 1970s. And these are his words, not mine. We had a Democrat president then who was weak on foreign policy, and obviously his policies led to inflation. He says he doesn't think there's a coincidence in the fact that we now have a Democrat president and we are weak on foreign policy and inflation is killing us. I think that's funny. But his point is that, we've never paid more at the gas pump, and bread. All the staple items are almost outrageous that the common family can't afford it. And I guess I'll just throw this spin on Dale's question. Obviously, you got a great tour coming up. People are looking forward to it. I think the music part of our lives is so important for our sanity. Music is one thing that brings people together, doesn't necessarily divide us. And I'm concerned to Dale's question that if people can't afford gas, can't afford bread, can't afford milk, that they're going to cut out some of the things that keep us sane. And then I guess I'll go back to his question. Democrat in the 70s, Democrat now, economy tanking, inflation rising. I don't know, Ted. What's your free-for-all take on this nonsense?
Well, these are treacherous, heartbreaking, and dangerous times. So Daryl is actually correct. Is it Daryl or Dale?
Dale G.
Dale is absolutely correct, but Dale is not alone. I think Dale represents the pulse of the majority of American families, regardless of political persuasions, because I have seen the cost of gas. And as a farmer and a rancher, I'm buying fertilizer for this year's food plots for my wildlife and the different crops. Fertilizer's up 300%. It's
ridiculous.
I've seen buddies building cabins up on their hunting grounds in Michigan where the cost of a 2x4 is like nothing we've ever seen before in the history of the United States of America. So everything is going to be hit. But you're right. It's not just conjecture or a hypothesis that these treacherous times are dangerous to our paycheck and our insanity, because the number of suicides, the depression that is out of control across this country, the good, hardworking families, that powerful foundation of the greatest quality of life in the history of the world, the middle class of America that get up early every day, create that pain in the ass rush hour, but they put up with it because they want to be in the asset column for their family, their community, and their great country. I pray for my middle class fellow Americans who powerhouse all quality of life, the gas bills, the fuel bills for their heat, the electric bills, food. Holy smokes. We need to pray hard. I have 2 new knees from jumping off all those amplifiers all those years. I hope everybody enjoyed that. But once I discovered the word meniscus, I didn't have any. And so, but on my very painful knees, I genuflect and I pray. And I almost weep tears of blood for America, because the biggest threat to America is Uncle Sam. What a horrible, heartbreaking statement that is irrefutable in its essence. So people, pray hard, get ready for a great tour. I hope you can make it. I hope we can make it. Stop and think, Keith. We have trucks and buses, hotels and salaries and equipment and security and tickets production. It's huge. The costs for my tour are going to go up double this year.
Crazy.
So well, I pray for everybody. I hope everybody prays for me.
I do have one question for you, Ted, and this is personal. So I am planning on seeing you in Kansas City in August when you and the band get up here. And of course, I'm planning on coming down to Florida and any other place I can catch you. So for those of us that will be coming to Ted Nugent concerts this tour, will there be a mixture between classic Ted Nugent and some of the new stuff off of Detroit Muscle?
Absolutely, because there's some songs that I cannot fail to perform for my own cravings. Right. I guarantee you're going to hear. How can you live without that lick? And how about? I mean, come on, how about? I mean, come on, who can live without that? How about it? How about it? How about it? I mean, and then the new stuff. Come and take it. Come and take it. So many new songs, so many classic songs. I have to be on stage for about 4 days per gig. And we might even go into some old Motown stuff like My Girl, how about? There's no telling what we might do.
Come back tomorrow. We'll have a weekend edition of The Nightly Nuge.